Alright guys, so as I was doing my last video, I realized since I'm doing a piece of styrofoam that's cut, I need to, if I want it to kind of line up the way I had it, I need to kind of make it make some marks so I know exactly where it goes, or else it could kind of throw some things off. Not by a lot, but I think it would, so I'm going to do that. So basically what I'm doing is I'm taking this straight edge here, and I've got it up against there, and I'm just going to draw a line right there. So I know that piece of board lines up right there. I'm going to do the same thing right down here, just to do the same thing to make sure that it lines up as well. Is it going to matter a whole lot? I don't know, but I started thinking about it and I thought it would. So just to make sure it doesn't mess anything up, I'm doing that. Then I'm also going to draw just a small arrow so I know it's facing this way. So when I take these off, I should be able to tell by the cut, but just something I want to do. This is going to be covered up anyways when I go to paint it. So I figured I'd do that so that way it lines up. Now I'll do that on both sides. One other thing I wanted to show you when I was doing the last video and talking to you about putting the brad nails in, I didn't really show you what I did. I'm sure most of you could tell, but if you can see right there, I just put the brad nail up against the track. Right, like that. And that way the track won't move. So that's basically what I did with it. So now now that I got that marked on that one, I'll go ahead and mark the rest of them, which I'm not going to show you because you guys get the idea of what I'm doing. And then once I get that done, then I'm going to go ahead and start marking the track. And I'll do a short insert of that as well. Okay guys, like I said before, I'm going to take my track and I'm going to mark it with the marker so that way I know exactly where it's going to go. So basically all I'm doing is I'm just taking a marker and I'm going to go around. It's not going to matter that you're marking on here because obviously you're going to put scenery. So you want to try to be as careful as you can. You don't want it all over your track. I mean, even though you're going to put scenery up to it, most of you. But basically what you're doing is you're just going around your table and you're marking where your layout's going to be. That way when you take this off to glue it down or cut it or whatever you do, you're going to have it marked. So basically I'm just going around the edges of the track just to know, so I know where they go. That way when I come to put it back on, it'll all be right there and I can just pretty much go from there. It'll make it easy that way because I have it all laid out the way I want it. And then once you get the board glued down, then you can come back and you can glue your track down if that's what you're going to do. I would suggest you do that. Or you could do, I suppose you could probably just leave brad nails in and push them down close to the roadbed, but where you can hardly see it. But in my opinion, is the best thing to do is go ahead and put that roadbed down with glue, because you don't want it moving around. And if you're making a permanent piece of real estate here, so it's not like you're going to be, well, I wouldn't think you're going to be switching around, because once you get all your scenery in, there's not much you can do to switch it around. So anyways, I'm just going to continue on marking my track. Once I get this track marked, then I'm going to go ahead and start designing my river that's going to go over there underneath the bridges, so that way I can cut that out while my board is apart, and that shouldn't take too long to do. And when I get to that point, I will do a little video. I know I've talked about that many times, but I will show you how I'm doing that when I get to that point. So right now I'm just going to continue to do this. I don't think you guys really need to sit here and watch me make marks all the way around. It's make for a long, boring video. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue to make my marks around my track. I decided to go ahead and do inner and outer loop, even though the inner loop is going to be pretty much where it's at once I put the outer loop on. But I decided to go ahead and do it. So I'll continue adding to it, and hopefully this will give you a good idea how to do this portion of the train table. Thanks.